Hi, back again. Annoying people with logic. Because a lot of people don't like logic. Or they just don't get it. This one's about enthymemes. Just gonna move myself over here. A little bit more. Where are we? There we go. Sorry, I moved myself out of the way. Like I said, this one's about enthymemes. Fair use, educational purposes. We know this only applies to the person. I'm not a person, I'm a man, and I'm very much alive. I'm an individual. Alarm going off. An enthymeme, Greek enthymema, is a rhetorical syllogism, a three-part deductive argument using oratorical practice. Originally theorized by Aristotle, there are four types of enthymeme, at least two of which are described in Aristotle's work. Aristotle referred to the enthymeme as a body of proof, the strongest of rhetorical proofs, a kind of syllogism. He considered it to be one of the two kinds of proof, the other of which was the paradigma maxims. Aristotle thought to be a derivative of enthymemes. Syllogism with an unstated premise. So this is a truncated syllogism. The first type of enthymeme is a truncated syllogism, or a syllogism with an unstated premise. Here is an example of an enthymeme derived from a syllogism through truncation, shortening of the syllogism. Socrates is mortal because he's human. So the complete formal syllogism would be the classic all humans or all men are mortal, major premise, that's been unstated in the enthymeme. Socrates is human, the minor premise, that's been stated. Therefore Socrates is mortal, the conclusion, that's been stated as well. So they've left out the major premise. So you have to fill in the major premise from your own social conditioning and everything else, and your own beliefs. Yeah. While syllogisms lay out all of their premises and conclusion explicitly, these kinds of enthymemes keep at least one of the premises or the conclusion unstated. Like I said, so you have to fill it in yourself from your social conditioning or your belief system, your assumptions and stuff like that, yeah? Your beliefs. So you could be wrong. Especially if those assumptions are wrong, those beliefs are wrong, and that social conditioning has been done to make you think something which is wrong, yeah? Syllogism based on signs. In the rhetoric, Aristotle argues that some enthymemes have derived from syllogisms that are based on signs, semia, instead of absolute facts. In this context, signs are things that are so closely related that the presence or absence of one indicates the presence or absence of the other. Examples are given below. He is ill since he has a cough. Well, most people would think if someone's ill, if someone's got a cough, they must be ill, yeah? Since she has a child, she has given birth. Most people think, that lady over there has got a child, so she must have given birth. It's the logical thing to think, or from social conditioning, that's what people would think, yeah? But in the examples, having a cough and having a child are signs of illness and giving birth respectively, yeah? In both cases, the enthymeme is only probably true because there are other sources of coughs, and there are other sources of children, besides pathogens and illness. For a cough, it could be allergies, or some other thing that's wrong, not necessarily an illness. And children, you could adopt that child. It could be somebody else's child that you're looking after. It could be you could see someone with a child. It could be their partner's child from a different relationship or something like that. Doesn't mean to say that she's given birth. Yeah. Syllogisms where the audience supplies a premise. The third kind of enthymeme consists of a syllogism with a missing premise that is supplied by the audience, as an unstated assumption. In the words of rhetorician William Benoit, the missing premises assumed by rhetor when inventing and by audience when understanding the argument. Like I said, from your social conditioning or from your beliefs or your assumptions, which may or may not be true. Yeah. An example of this kind of enthymeme is as follows. Candide is a typical French novel, therefore it is vulgar. In this case, the missing term of the syllogism is French novels are vulgar. Not that I agree with that, it's not my opinion. But, and might be an assumption, because I can honestly say that I've never really read a French novel, to be honest, so I wouldn't know. And might be an assumption held by an audience that would make sense of the emphatic argument. Such unstated premises can also rise to the level of axioms, statements so commonly accepted as to be thought universally true. It's like the globe Earth, the heliocentric model. Like I said, the unstated premise can also rise to the level of axioms in science. We have axioms in science, like the heliocentric model, the globe Earth, whatever else you can think of. The axioms. Because they're statements that are commonly accepted as to be thought universally true. Everyone thinks that they're universally true, they've been true for a long time and everything else. Yeah? Visual enthymemes. Another kind of enthymeme is the visual enthymeme. Scholars have argued that words are not the only form of expression that can be understood to form emphatic arguments. Pictures can also function as enthymemes because they require the audience to help construct their meaning. It's like when you see an image of the globe and you see these images of these other planets and images of, which are not real photographs by the way, they're just images and stuff like that. They're all photoshopped and composites and stuff like that. Yeah. CGI, stuff like that. But they're just visual enthymemes, basically. And you're required to construct their meaning, what you think they are. Yeah? Criticism. Some scholars argue that our understanding of the enthymeme has evolved over time and is no longer representative of the enthymeme as originally conceived by Aristotle. This is obviously true of the visual enthymeme, because they didn't really have visual enthymemes back in Aristotle's time. Because it was only conceived in the early 21st century. Or I would say before that. I'd say the early 20th century when photography and television first come out. It may also be true of the enthymeme as truncated syllogism. Carol Poster argues that this later interpretation of the enthymeme was invented by British rhetoricians such as Richard Whately in the 18th century. And it says, see also, I'm going to leave a thing for this, Chewbacca for defence, fallacy, modus ponens, parademia, Rogerian argument, Senator, you are no Jack Kennedy. And then some references, things you can go and look at. I'm going to leave a link anyway so you can go and look at these stuff and have a look at them. And there's some external links you can go to. And that's it. I want to do a quick one on enthymemes. I may do another video in a minute. I'm going to have a cup of tea first. Okay, thank you for watching. See you later. Bye.